Good morning, you sexy mother lovers. What's going on? Mix coming at you. NJ Morning Drive. It's been a couple of days, guys. You know what I'm saying? Getting back to you. I was a little sick. Had a little adventure yesterday with the kids. I had a great time. Man, listen, you know, I think that as men, we need to make sure that we don't get caught off in the game of life, that we are basically perpetually chasing this money, man. And we tend to forget about the real important shit. And that is family, man. Yesterday, the wife was with her sister. They went out to do their nails and shit like that. So I decided, you know what, let me do something a little different rather than go to the mall and whatever. So we did, we took a little road trip with the kids. And so what I did was, as you guys know, my son Ethan is autistic. And the kid loves bridges. Like he is infatuated completely with bridges. And so I was like, man, listen, we got sort of like the day off. Wife is, with the sister doing her nails or whatever with my niece. They all went together. And I'm like, they're having like a girls' night out or girls' date out. And so I was like, man, you know what? We're going to have a boys' date out. I have a 3-year-old, Evan. He's a trooper. This kid is not afraid of anything. And so I decided that I was gonna take him to walk the George Washington Bridge. It's close by the house. I never done it. He's never done it. They never done it. And I gotta I gotta be honest with you, man. Like the expression in my son's face, Ethan's face, when he saw the magnitude of the structure. I mean, we've been through it, but it's like you driving and he basically take his iPad and he basically, he takes video and then he watches it later on in slow motion or whatever, so he can see the little details. But the expression of my kid going to this iconic thing, the GWB, man, you know what I'm saying? Like he was blown away. And so he kept looking at me like, Dad, this is so awesome. And he's verbal. He can tells me, he can talk. He doesn't shut the hell up sometimes. But it was just like there were no words for him to describe what he felt. Being taken to like this iconic place that he basically looks at on YouTube or whatever. And I was blown away, man. I was completely blown away. Evan too, like you got to take these stairs to go up and then down, and like if any of you obviously have seen the George Washington Bridge, you realize how high this thing is. It's got to be, what, 500 feet? Probably more of the ground, maybe 300. It's a long way down. And we are walking. There is an area of it that you have to go up these like stainless steel, like metal stairs. But obviously they're hollow. So like you can look through it to the bottom, and like he freaked the hell out because it's a long drop. So we got to the bridge. It's a whole bunch of bicycle people going from the Jersey side to the New York side. There, like shout out to the guys and the bicycles. I know, these guys are the bicyclists are really cool people, man. They're really cool dudes. Couple of them stopped and they were asking like, "Oh, this is your first time?" or whatever. Like they're really cool, man. So shout out to the bicyclists in the GWB. You guys are awesome. They stop and talk to us for a little bit. Some of them, obviously, because it's a narrow path, so you got to be mindful, obviously, of traffic. But these guys were great, man. And so, like, sometimes we forget about that the important things in life are the little details. Forget about the money, forget about the cars, forget about the houses, forget about the watches, forget about the things that we are chasing in this life. Yeah, money is important. We need money to pay bills. We need money to make things happen. But money can never buy the satisfaction of seeing your child happy, truly happy. And there was no money needed in that. There was no, you know, cruise. There was no vacation. It was just like a little. We spent, a couple of hours there, like just like soaking it in, taking a look at the view. I took a couple of pictures. I don't know, I'm still new at this, so I don't know if I can, like put them up or whatever so you guys can see it. But yo, it was breathtaking. And even that really is the view, but like we think about these things, like we think about bridges and engineering, and we don't realize, man, like how complex it is in the physics of like putting a structure that is completely suspended in the air just using math. Because that's what it is. You can, you can give someone all the tools, but if they don't know the mathematics behind it and the physics behind it, it's useless. And so it was really cool, man. And like I said, sometimes we basically get caught up in chasing this money and chasing these little things, these things that we see so big. But in reality, the reason why we chase these things, the money and the other things, is because we want to make sure that our kids or our families are taken care of. And the most important thing in all that, equation is really family. Like family is priceless, man. Like I have a situation that unfortunately I have 4 kids, and 2 of them live in North Carolina. I don't get to see them a lot. It's a, that's a story for another day. But I was given the privilege of having these 2 kids, man, that I get to. With the other two, I have no say in how they're raised and what they do. And anyone that has been with child support and has any problems with an ex or whatever, you know how that is. Especially here in New Jersey, man. The courts basically, if you're a man here in Jersey, you're screwed. And I think that that goes nationwide for us. Like we take the shit end of the stick when it comes to raising our kids. And what I'm trying to say is, yo, it was so amazing, man, to spend this time with my 2 little kids and looking at it and looking at their expression and looking at them running through this thing. Like obviously, I was making sure that there was no bicyclists coming up, coming on the back or in the front of us, because you gotta be respectful. These people are exercising. But looking at my kids just running like 2 maniacs, man, like it made me realize how important. You can make all the money in the world. You can have all the cars. You can have all the watches. You can have all the houses. You can have everything. But the one thing that we all have the same of, it's time. That valuable depreciating asset. And I mean depreciating because we every moment that goes by, we lose a little bit of it. And we don't think about it. Like I said, because we are so caught up in everything else that it's like that little the saying, like slow down, smell the roses. Man, slow down. Spend time with your kids. Tell your kids that you love them. Hug them. Make sure that they feel protected. You know what I'm saying? Like this is what we do as men. We are there to make sure that our kids, our families are protected, that they feel safe, secure. Like we gotta do a better job, man. We gotta do a better job. A job, like for example, today is um, President's Day. My wife is home with the kids because we decided that, like we don't want to basically go through all the time. The company that I work for gives you time, like on a specific day of the year, and so that you get all your time, but you don't want to go through it. In past years, my kids, the little one would get sick, and we would spend like 2 3 days in the hospital because he would be sick or whatever. This year, we did, thank God the kids have not gotten sick. I mean, like a little cold or whatever, because obviously, you go through that, but they haven't gotten sick. And so what I'm saying, guys, is, you know what? Take the time, like, take the time on a week just to take your kids fishing. Take your kids for a walk. Like, spend time with them, man, because you know what? This time, when they're little, while we chasing all these other things, that time will you never get back. And you right now, you basically, once you have kids, you got to forget about your own dreams. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean, you obviously want to pursue the things that you want to do. But now your job is to make dreams and make memories for your kids, so that when they grow up, they can remember that their father was always there, like you was a cool dude. You want to make sure that they have that mentality, that they have that image of you. Because once we gone, man, that's all we are basically. They become our legacy. And we got to make sure that we leave with this world with good legacies, with good men, that our children are ready to take on the challenges that they're basically going to have to face off down the road. We as men have to do a better job at spending time with our families. Fuck money. Money is paper. That's all it is, man. It's just an illusion. That shit is not even real when you come to think about it. Someone makes a deposit in a banking institution, and so debt gets created. Like, look at, if you guys haven't had the opportunity, I want you to basically research or search for, fractional reserve banking or fractional banking. It's something like that. But look that up, man. There is a really important, a really great documentary. I will basically put the link down below. It's called Kymarica. And it talks about all these things, man, that, all these illusions. Like, we live in a world that is completely full of, everything is full of shit. Think about this for a moment. We pay hundreds of dollars for cable TV, for, you know, these companies, and you're paying to get programmed to buy shit. Like, for example, if you take a look at, for example, like regular television, regular channels, meaning USA, TNT, you pay for these channels, you pay money for these channels, but you get about 30% of all the things that you get on these channels. It's basically advertising, telling you to get medicated, telling you to buy the car, telling you to get this, to get that. And so television, everything on television is garbage. I personally, like, when I have time to watch TV, I have a couple of channels that I like to watch. That's National Geographic. And obviously, they're not paying me for this because, I'm not famous enough. But National Geographic, the Science Channel, I used to like TLC, the Learning Channel. But that too has turned into just like a plethora of reality bullshit. And so we need to basically realize that all we doing, man, like, get out with your kids, go to the woods, go for a hike, teach them about so they can see birds. Like, take them places. Forget about the mall, man. Like, I know that it's comfortable and it's nice in there and it's warm, but get some boots, man. Grab them by the hand. Go to the river. Make, if you guys don't know how to skip stones, like, learn. Like, do something with your children, with your family, with your wives. Like, tell your family that you love them. Tell the people that are around you that you love them, that you appreciate them. I know that this is, because society tells us, man, that we are not to be, you know, expressive, that we are not to tell, to say someone that, if you use "I love you" too much, it becomes useless. That's bullshit. We don't say it enough. We just don't. Hug your kids at night, man. Kiss them. Tell them that you love them. You know, tell your parents. Tell your wife that you love them. Take, like, be expressive, man. Because once the problem with us as humans is that we don't do the things that we should do when we are here. And then when we lose someone we love, we start basically regretting the fact that we didn't do it. So why not do it now that we're here? Express your feelings, man. Express gratitude. You have a friend, say, bro, I appreciate you. I love you, man. And I know they probably look at you like you got two heads and it's like, what the fuck is wrong with this motherfucker? But tell people that you appreciate them. Be be kind. I saw something the other day. That there's this homeless woman, and I see her around the house because the daycare where I take my kids, where my kids go, it's actually close by the house, thank God. And she's always around that area. And so when I see her, I try, and she suffers from, you can tell that she suffers from a mental illness. That can be schizophrenia, whatever that is. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a psychologist or a psychiatrist. But you know that there is something obviously not quite right. And so, like, when I see her, every time I see her, man, like, I go to if there is a Dunkin' Donuts close by, I'll buy her coffee, tea, or whatever, especially when it's really cold. If it's hot and I see her, I'll buy her a colada or whatever. Be kind to people, man. The acts of kindness that you put out would always come back to you. You know that whole thing about karma? I was thinking about this. Principles in life move beyond religion and beyond culture. Like karma is the same principle as do to others as you want them to do to you. That's what karma is, right? You know, you reap what you sow, meaning whatever you put in, you're gonna get out. And so if you are kind, you can only get kindness. I mean, listen, the world is an ugly place. You're never gonna get everything that you put in, but if you put a little kindness, if you make the world a better place, I think that we can basically turn this thing around, man. We can have a better nation. We can have a better community. We can have a better family structure. We need to be start being kind with each other, and this starts from the top. President Trump, if you ever get you get to see this. It starts from the top. It starts with you. You know, obviously when Obama was the president, you started attacking this guy, and you basically treat him like shit, and you said all these negative things about him, and now you reaping what you sow. You know what I'm saying? And I think President Obama, maybe one day you'll see this, but if you can, just reach out to President Trump and say, hey, listen, let's put our differences aside. How can I help you? How can we make this thing to get, make it better? This is a great nation, man. This is a great planet. This is a great world. And we need to be more mindful of each other. Because at the end of the day, when the shit is the fan, you realize that we all come together and help each other out. We don't need a catastrophe. We don't need a terrorist attack. We don't need something bad to happen for all of us to come together. It doesn't matter if you're brown, if you're white, and there is no such thing as that because I have never seen a white person. Because if you look at a sheet of paper and you see that white, that's white, motherfucker. But if you see someone, it doesn't matter how much pigmentation they have on the skin, be kind, man. If you see someone on the road stranded, stop. Hey, you need help? You good? If you are in the supermarket and if you see someone that doesn't have enough money to pay for the groceries, fuck it, pay for the groceries. Do something nice. I like one thing that, a radio station that I listen to, K Love, what they do is they said, if you're at the drive through, pay for the person behind you. Because you don't know what that person behind you or in front of you, whatever, it's feeling. And so you pay for the meal, and you give them, you tell the person, hey, say this, tell the person that I say, I hope they have a great day. Everything is gonna be great. Everything is gonna be all right. That makes a hell of a difference. So let's be kind to each other. Love each other. Love your kids, man. Spend more time with your kids, with your wives. Spend more time with your parents. Because once we're gone, we don't get that time back. Once they're gone, we don't get the time to say I love you again. All right? So anyway, this is Max coming at you from Jersey, NJ Morning Drive. It's a little bit rainy. It's ugly outside, but it's all good. I had a great day yesterday. I hope you guys are having a great day today. If you happen to be home off with your family, I'm telling you, go for the walk, man. Get wet. Fuck it. Have fun. And everything is gonna be alright. I love you all. Have a great day. And again, thank you for watching. NJ Morning Drive. Peace. Bye guys.